just curly. I had my first spiritual awakening when I was like 15. You never stop learning. You never stop experiencing. My opinion on polygamy relationships, child. Oh shit. What's up, babies? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, but if not, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So today, as you can see by the title, we are doing a chat with me while I do silk press on myself. I am a beginner. In my 21 years of living, I've literally only pressed my hair one time, which was last weekend. I didn't record it. I don't know why. I should have recorded my first time, but this will be my second time pressing my hair. So I can't say my first time, but I'm a beginner. Y'all seen in my last video, y'all should have seen how that had turned out. It was alright the first day. Then the next day, silk press was gone. Like it was a blowout. We're gonna try it again. I did buy some new flat irons this time. Hopefully it turned out better this time. The flat irons might be worse than the ones I already had, because the ones I used last week, they were really good when I first got them, but they are like a couple years old, so they don't work good no more. These, I don't really know. Like the quality of the last ones was really bomb. These are, I'm not gonna lie, they're a little bit cheap. I ain't gonna lie. So we're gonna see how this press out turned out. I just got out the shower and washed my hair. This is my hair right now. It's just curly. No products or nothing in it. And yeah, we about to blow it out first. While I'm pressing my hair, we're gonna do a cute little Q&A kind of thing. Not even a Q&A, it's like a chat with me, because I'm gonna be talking about some stuff. Yeah, let's get into this blowout, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into the silk press and answering questions and all that. I like to part my hair in fours when I blow dry and when I press it. I do it in sections of fours. Last time I pressed my hair, it literally took me 2 hours. So we are gonna see how long it takes this time. We gonna freaking see. I'm gonna stop talking so we can get a little music moment in there. And yeah, love y'all. I need some music.
Watching my back, even when I'm in the booth. Cause I'm supposed to be rich.
That was so stinking sweet. Alright, y'all, so this is my hair blowed out. My sister is definitely gonna be trimming my ends for me, because honey, they is split, honey. They is super split, honey. Quick little thumbnail moment. Yeah. This is my hair. Yeah. It's like every time I get to growing my hair out, something always happen. Not something always happen. I always end up having to cut it. The ends don't be given. I ain't gonna lie, I don't get my ends trimmed regularly. That's my problem right there. So they just get split and more split until I have to cut my hair. But I'm not cutting it this time. Like, I'm gonna tell her literally just trim the ends, and whatever else is still split, honey, it's gonna have to grow out, because I refuse to let all this lymph go. I do. Now usually I ain't got no problem with it, but we ain't doing it this time. Alright, y'all, so my hair is parted into 4. I'm gonna start with this back section. These are the flat irons I'm using, the ones I got on my last vlog, with the Tarte. The brand is Infinity Pro by Conair. One thing I don't like about these already, it's the design of it. Like, if you could see, these are the buttons right here. That's like exactly where I will place my thumb to like press down. So I'm gonna have to go like up a little bit higher, hoping I don't burn my thumb. But that's the only thing I don't like about that. Like, the design is awful. I even try to like flip them this way to where my thumb is on the side with no button, but these fingers still pressing them. So it's just like they ended up turning off in the middle of me trying to curl my hair. It didn't work out like I liked it. We finna go ahead and get into these questions. Let me pull up my questions. I screenshot them off Instagram. So the first question is, what is your advice on cutting someone off entirely emotionally? I would say the first thing you want to do is really get it in your head why you're cutting that person off. In order for you to be able to successfully cut them off, you need to always have in your head, why am I cutting them off? Do you feel like you guys just, shouldn't be together right now? I feel like that's the most important part first. So I would say the next thing you want to do, like, cut all access to them. Whenever you like rekindle with that person, you're gonna feel shitty already because you know you're not supposed to be doing that. So it's like in the back of your head, you're already gonna know, like, I shouldn't be doing this. This is not right. Like, I'm supposed to be done with this person, right? Take that feeling of, I know I shouldn't be doing this. Listen to it, babe. Listen to it, okay? It ain't there for no reason. You don't need to have no kind of access to them. Cut it all. That's a hard question. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Because I feel like we all like have struggled with that, like cutting somebody off entirely. Then you're asking emotionally, like not physically, but like emotionally. You're trying to emotionally let go of this person. Like, that's not gonna be easy, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. That's not gonna be easy. But remember, like, oh yeah, this person is toxic, or like they don't respect me, my boundaries, or they treat me wrong, whatever. You need to have that in your head, like when you thinking about them, when you get sad because you miss them. When you go back to that person, if you think about it, you kind of disrespecting yourself, if you want me to be honest, because you know you should not be with this person. You guys are not resonating anymore. So next question, your experience with motherhood. I actually have a lot of motherhood questions. I'm not gonna tap too much into that one particular question. I always feel like there's no exact words to describe motherhood or being a mom or raising a kid. My experience so far has honestly been amazing. Like, of course you have your days. Like, you're gonna have your hard days. It's ups and downs. It's dark to it. It's light to it. Everything is a balance. But my experience so far, it's been amazing. Like, I really don't know where I would be if I was not a mother. And I feel like all moms say that, but like, we're not lying. Like, once you have a child, everything just is about them from that point on. So it's like you really just can't imagine yourself without them. They've come into your life and changed your life so much. It's just like, what would I be doing if they weren't here? I don't know, because they're my whole life, literally. Journey being in my life has been a journey. Okay, she's taught me so much. Like, being a mom has changed my whole DNA, my whole makeup, my whole perspective on everything positively, in a good way. Like, hey baby. Hey, baby. Y'all heard something about hey baby. It's nothing like about motherhood that has like impacted me negatively. I'm sorry y'all if I'm not answering these questions good. I'm really focused right now. Like I said, I'm a beginner. I'm new out here. Just how you teach kids also teach you as well. You have to learn a lot when you're raising a child because kids are just different. My experience pretty much overall has been, it has greatly impacted me as a person. I have a lot more patience. I'm a lot more nurturing. Let me be honest with y'all, I don't like kids. I'm not even gonna say didn't. I still don't like kids. She showed me how amazing kids really are and how beautiful it is just to like see new life, you know? Oh shit. No, dang. Journey, don't say that. Y'all, she been saying that word a lot lately. What, Journey? But yeah, my experience overall has been good. It's taught me a lot. Like, a lot. Alright, next question. Talk about your spiritual journey and how you got to the point you're at now. I've been into like spirituality and all of that since I was like 15, 16 years old. This was one of my first tattoos I got at 16. And I didn't even know like for real what it meant completely when I first got it tattooed on me. Like, I knew what it meant, but I didn't know like how powerful it was. This is a yin yang symbol in case you don't know. This is yin, the dark, and then the light is yang. This is the sun right here. And then this is supposed to represent the moon, but I didn't get the moon. I didn't want the moon on me. I just wanted the sun part. One side represents darkness. One side represents light. It shows how they're like two completely opposites, but they have to work together in order to exist. Like, you can't have one without the other. You can't have darkness without light. You can't have light without dark. Two things can be completely different, but they have to both coexist. I got that tattoo when I was 16. And like I said, I didn't even know like how powerful it was when I first got it on me. People in school, deadass used to ask me what it meant, and I couldn't really explain other than saying that it represents balance. Like, I couldn't get like for real deep into it. Like I said, I was always like into spirituality. I had my first spiritual awakening when I was like 15, 16. I think I was in like the 10th grade. The way it happened, I started questioning everything around me. What is the purpose of all of this? Why are we here? I started to want to know the deeper meaning of things. Like, I wasn't just on autopilot all the time, just wake up, do this, do that, go to sleep. I started to like question, like, okay, there has to be something deeper to life than the everyday program. We're programmed pretty much. So that's when I started doing my research, looking up stuff, and I started to find out like that there's more to life than the physical. There's also a whole spiritual realm. Like, there's multiple dimensions. Like, there is more, pretty much. What I was seeking, I began to find. Never stop learning. Like, there's always more for you to learn. Even me right now, as much as I know, I still don't know nothing. Okay, there's always a lot to learn. They say like you have to unlearn everything you know in order to learn new things. I pretty much started realizing like everything we were taught in school, all of it was bull. It's all a distraction. Some of it is lies. This ain't gonna help my soul. This ain't gonna help me heal from my past trauma that I've experienced. That's pretty much how my spirituality journey started. How I got to where I am today, I would pretty much just say that I never stopped. I never stopped seeking to learn. I never stopped seeking to be in tune with myself and everything else around me. Now, I have gotten off my spirituality journey a couple of times. Like, there has been a couple of times where I just pretty much got back into that program of society, like just waking up, doing this, doing that, go to work, go to school, do that, eat, come home, done, go to sleep. And not like, okay, be aware, like we're here to experience, like we're here to experience, we're here to learn. That's like the main point of life. So there has been times where I stopped experiencing, I stopped living in the present moment, and I kind of just go into like autopilot mode where I'm not like focused on what really matters or what's really important. It's like going with the motions of every day without stopping and being aware of everything around me, or without stopping and learning the lesson in certain things that are happening, because I like to say everything happens for a reason. In those times where I do get off track with my spirituality and tuning into myself and everything around me, I do notice it. Sometimes it'll get me feeling guilty. I'll be like, okay, this is off, I need to meditate, or this is off, I need to take a day in the park to myself. Be like, okay, I need to do this because I'm losing it. I'm losing the psychic abilities. But I'm pretty sure I heard that quote before that's like, attached to nothing, connected to everything. That is very much true. Like, you should not have attachment to anything because nothing is yours. Nothing is, nothing is forever either, other than energy. But like, don't get attached to nothing because nothing is going to be yours forever. However, you are connected with everything. All right, let's get into the next question. How to maneuver through life as a young adult. So, okay, my first tip to that, first you need to know that you're not gonna have it all figured out right now. You honestly probably never gonna have it all figured out, because like I just said, like, you never stop learning, you never stop experiencing. Definitely, like, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Like, don't put too high expectations on yourself, because we are still young adults. We have not been out here for 20-30 years doing this. We just got out here. We just graduated a couple years ago. So parents sometimes too can put a lot of pressure on you, like, oh, you're you're not doing this, you're not doing that. You may not have everything figured out right now, or you may not know exactly what it is you want to be doing in life right now. Like, you're still trying to figure that out. And that is honestly completely normal. And even if you do know what you want to do, that could change at any moment. Like, it is literally 60-year-olds out here who decide to wake up one day and start nursing school and stuff like that. So no, you're not gonna have everything figured out right now. Work hard and do your best. Try to know that there's lessons in everything. Like, that's the most important part. Have an open mind. There's a quote, if y'all know what I'm talking about, the world is my journal. I don't know, bruh. What I'm trying to say is, be open to new experiences, be open to new people, be open to trying new things. Know that some stuff is not gonna work out and you're gonna have to start over sometimes. Like, that's completely fine. You could be doing great at 21, 22, and then 23 you fall back on your butt, hit rock bottom again. But then when you turn 24, you at the highest you ever been in life. You know what I'm saying? So keep an open mind. Always feel like there is room for growth and space. Don't ever feel like, oh man, I didn't get this, I didn't do that, it's over. Like, no, it's not. You can try again. You can continue to try whatever it was you were doing, and be open to trying new things, be open to. You may have to do some things temporarily that you may not be comfortable with doing or that you may not want to do, but it's gonna help you get to where you're trying to go in life. All right, y'all, so I ended up my mom had called me. I took a phone call and my sister came in here and we was talking. This is where I am so far. My ends, you could like see through them. That's how bad they are. My sister is definitely gonna trim the ends. I have brown at the end of my hair. She said I need to let all the brown go because that's the dead hair. Look how many inches that is. That's like a good 4 or 5 inches, bro. I cannot let all that go right now. Would I have a baby in water, like water birth at home? Yes, I would. Actually wanted to do that with Journey. That shit costs a lot of money. A lot of money. And you gotta have a doula. Yes, I definitely would. I'm like, y'all know I'm all for like natural stuff, holistic stuff, but I also feel like you benefit from it more because these hospitals are corrupt, y'all. Like when I had Journey, it was about to rush me to have a C-section. The whole time I did not even need one. I just feel like these hospitals, they'll do stuff to like get more money from you. Like they would have got more money doing a C-section than they would have from me having a vaginal birth. Doctors, they be corrupt. I just can't. So I definitely would have a home birth and water. That's the way to go. Like that's what our ancestors did. Everything is natural. Like you get to be in your own space at home, your own energy. You get to plan the things out how you want it to go. If you want this certain music playing, you could do that. If you want to record, you could do that. If you want to pop the baby out in the kitchen, you could do that. If you want to pop the baby out in your room, if you want 3 cousins and 5 uncles there, you could do that. Next question is ways to connect with your daughter. I can't like say how anybody else can connect with their daughter, but I can tell you how I connect with mine. I always hear her out and listen to her. Even though my baby is only 1 year old and she can't say like complete full sentences, she talks. I don't know if y'all know, toddlers be having like their own little language. They're still talking, like they are still saying something. We just don't understand it. Always try to like hear her out and listen to her. Starting that now, it'll follow her to when she's older. She'll feel like she has a mom that like always listens to her and hears her out. When she talks to me, I stop and I'm attentive. I'm all ears. Unless I know she just playing like in her playful mode, like playing around, playing with her, like really sometimes coming down to her level. Of course she's a kid, like I'm a whole adult, so we see everything different. We have different perspectives. Sometimes I put myself into her perspective so I can like really truly understand her. She's throwing a tantrum and stuff. I'm not the kind of mom that's gonna like get your ass up, stop, what are you doing, you need to stop. I'm that mom. I'm not gonna say I gentle parent, but I'm more so on that side of the spectrum. I'm not a harsh like or strict mom. When she's throwing like tantrums and stuff, I like put myself into her perspective because the number one thing that I learned about kids and toddlers, they don't know how to really process their emotions or handle them as adults do. But when she's throwing a tantrum, it's like, okay, obviously, let me put myself into her shoes and try to understand like, okay, she's upset about something causing her to feel this way. And her throwing a tantrum is the way she's processing her emotions right now. Like she can't go sit down in the corner and meditate somewhere like we can, or you know, like that's how kids process their emotions. They scream, they shout, they cry because they don't have nowhere else to put that energy or put that anger. They don't know how to process it. I bring myself down to her level and try to understand her and her perspective, why she's doing the things that she does. Like if she's just running around doing a lot, she's getting into this, touching this. I could sit here and be like, okay, she's getting on my nerves, she's touching everything. Journey, stop touching stuff, stop doing it. But instead, I put myself in my head, in her perspective, like she's curious, like she wants to know what this is. Her attention span is very short. She has a short attention span, so she maybe focus on this thing and then she's off of that. She wants to go to the next thing. You're understanding them better. This probably all sound like the same stuff. Understanding. Like really, honestly, how you connect with a child though, like the number one way, you have to understand them. I also like play with her. Like sometimes I get real childish and act like we both look two little toddlers. Okay, I'm act like I'm 1 year old too. She feels like I'm on the same level as her, you know? That's like a healthy habit that I want to create. I don't really think I had that as a kid. Like I don't really think I had a person to come down to my level and put themselves in my shoes and be like, okay, why is Alicia acting this way? That's definitely how I connect with her. The next question is awareness about your mother now that you are a mother. That's a really good one. One thing I will say is that we don't realize half the stuff or sacrifices that our moms make for us or how much energy it takes. We overlook a lot of stuff that our mothers do. down to the little stuff. That's like my mom trying, like, forcing me to do stuff I didn't want to do. I didn't understand it back then. Now I definitely like do understand the place that it was coming from, like what her intentions were. Simple stuff like my mom making sure we had a good home cooked meal every day, overlooked. Your mama did not have to do that, baby. She could have made you a quick little hot dog and called it a day. I'm definitely more appreciative of the things that my mother is doing for me. Mothers do a lot, bruh, and like kids just be so unappreciative and ungrateful, man. But yeah, mama, if you watching this, I love you. I've already told her this, but I'm gonna say it publicly. I love you, and I really do appreciate everything that you have ever done for me. Like, now that I have a kid, it does not go overlooked. What's your favorite thing about your best friend besides her booty? Cause you know my bestie got a fatty, so I'm playing. Of course, my best friend is the one that said that, y'all. Ain't nobody out here being weird. My favorite thing about Mari, I have two. One of them is how freaking funny she is. Like, that girl literally is, if you know Omari, like, you know that girl is naturally funny. Like, she don't even gotta try, and she's hilarious. She got everybody cracking up just from being herself, because I'm not funny at all. So it's like a good balance. Like, one of us need to be laughing. The second one is, are you okay? Are you hitting yourself? I don't know about that one, Journey. My second favorite thing about her is how loyal she is, I guess. She like always makes sure you're straight if you're her friend. Like, Ari she's the type of friend who will do anything for you to make sure you're okay, make sure you're good, see you straight. She'll really give her all in a friendship, and I really love that. Like, she has always made me feel important to her, and I love that. Like, she shows me how much she cares about me through her actions. Those are my two favorite things about her besides her big booty. Your true feelings when you seen the 2 lines. Obviously she's talking about the 2 lines on the pregnancy test, y'all, but I was really in shock. I wasn't like processing everything right at that moment. I honestly couldn't believe it. Like, I was just like, no freaking way. Like, this can't be true. I wasn't accepting it off bad. I was dead seriously like, that don't make sense. Like, no way, no way, no way. I was just like, no freaking way. And those were honestly my true feelings. Like, I didn't believe it, and I still didn't believe it till like took a second pregnancy test the next day. Still in disbelief. I wasn't like mad, sad, or nothing. I was in freaking shock. Like, I couldn't believe it. Next question is postpartum. The whole postpartum experience was like really weird, honestly. I'll be honest, because it took me kind of a while to adapt. Like, when you have a new child, you do have to adapt to that new lifestyle. I did struggle with it a little bit, like not being a mom. Like, Journey was super straight. I was overprotective as well of her. I did get a little bit of postpartum depression as well. It wasn't too bad, but I had it probably for like a month or two. It was a point in my life where I was crying every day. I don't know if I'm still considered in postpartum or not, but right now it's going amazing. No, I'm not. My baby is a whole year and some change. You do adapt to the mom life, but it's always changing. Your baby is still growing. You're not gonna always have the same routine. You're gonna have to switch up your routines. Like, what once worked for you may not be working for you anymore. You just gotta adapt. The next question is advice for new or expecting parents. It definitely gets better. It does. It gets better and it gets easier. It's not going to be easy at first because, like I just said, everything is new. Like, you've never done this before. It's literally foreign to you. Just know, like, parenting literally looks different for everybody. One person could be doing something that another person would think like, oh no, I would never do that. I do not agree with that. Do what works for you. You do not have to take everyone's advice either, because I know when you first have a kid, family, like, they'll definitely make you feel pressured to listen to everybody. If you prefer to do this certain method over another method that everyone is saying you should do, it's your child, it's your baby at the end of the day. Like, you have full control over all those things. It's good to take advice from the old heads and the people that has done it before, but like I said, what works for them may not work for you. Know that you are trying your best. Someone else's 100% may look completely different than your 100%, so do not compare your parenthood journey to anyone else's. What made you change your perception on spirituality? Meaning, why did you lean more towards God and the Bible rather than crystals, sage, manifestation, etc.? So that's actually a good question. I do definitely still have a perspective of like manifestation. I definitely did lean more towards God, because I wouldn't say the Bible, but I definitely say I did lean more towards God, because I realized God is like the highest power of them all. And we seek answers in things like tarot and stuff, when it's like, what is that really gonna do? Tarot tells you stuff that you already freaking know. Like, it literally will sit there and read your whole life, but it's like at the end of that, it's just like, okay, I knew that already. What am I gonna do with that information I already knew? It doesn't give you answers or resolutions. Like, I feel like only God can do certain things, Felt like he was the answer. Anything you're seeking, you can definitely find it through God. As far as like sage and all of that and crystals, I would get me some crystals. I kind of have been wanting some crystals lately. I just feel like they're not needed, if that makes sense. Like, the purpose of crystals, they vibrate at a certain frequency. The purpose of you having a crystal is so that you can resonate with the frequency that the crystal is vibrating on. I personally feel like I don't need crystals to do those things. I can manipulate my energy however I please or however I want to without the help of a crystal. Saying there's anything wrong with crystals, I love crystals. Like I just said, I think I still want some. I just feel like I don't need crystals like to do the work that I need to do. I've mastered how to do these things without, they're tools. That's what they are. Like sage, crystals, all of that, they're tools to help you do certain things. What I'm basically saying is I don't need those tools. I can do the work without the tool. And that's kind of the goal of where you want to be as far as the spirituality. Like you want to eventually master something so well to where you don't need kind of tools or objects to do it. My opinion on polygamy relationships, child, keep that negativity away from me. That is, I think that's the last question I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna go ahead, because like I said, I don't know how much time I got left on this SD card, so I'm gonna finish up my silk press. This is how it's looking so far. I know the M's is needing the trimming, we know, but I'm gonna finish this up and I'm gonna get back with y'all either when I'm finished or after my sister trim my ends. All right. Alright y'all, this is how my hair turned out. I didn't feel like coming back after my sister trimmed my ends, so y'all gonna have to just catch me on Instagram or something with the ends trimmed. But ignore that ring light right there. This is how long my hair is, and it's finna get trimmed. Now, that's what I was saying. I see the brown, like all the brown is dead. My sister was saying I need to cut all that off, but baby, I don't want to. That is it for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I don't know how much time I have left on this SD card, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, I love you. And I'm gonna see you in the next video. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that. I love y'all.